All right. Well, we have a first-time guest, Eli, my best man. Today's the day of the wedding, and couldn't be more happy with you beside me, man.
Me too. Long time coming.
It's been a long time since we've seen each other, too.
Yeah? What, 3 years?
3-4 years, right at the tail end of the pandemic, when I was pretty close to moving back from Texas. I thought couldn't be a better person to be here for the day of the wedding episode.
Absolutely.
Than the best man. So, to get a little sentimental real quick. I'm a person that has always really struggled with maintaining and especially making male friendships. I just have always there's a lot of difficulties in it for me, especially like I was raised only by women, and so I'm not exactly a man's man, and there's certain people that take offense to that and don't like me because of it. But it's just, I don't know, I've always just found it easier to be friends with women. But despite that, you're my best friend in the world, and you're a guy. I'm pretty sure, anyways.
Yeah. That's what they tell me.
I think it probably just speaks volumes to your character.
Oh, thank you, Mr.
And how good of a person you are, and
I appreciate that.
being my friend. So I just wanted to let you know, because it's something I was thinking about the other day. I was like, wow, you know what? I cannot maintain male friendships very well at all. And Eli and I have been, the only time we ever had an argument was when our girlfriends were frustrated with each other.
Yeah.
And that was the one time you were like, Michael, we need to have a talk.
I do remember that.
That's the one time ever that we've had an issue.
Yeah.
So I think it's I don't know. I think that says a lot that we've never had an issue with each other. Either that or we're both so passive we've never wanted to bring something up. But I've never had an issue.
Same. And it's almost June now. August it'll be 10 years. So,
God, that's
pretty
crazy.
long.
Yeah, 10 years of friendship.
No, that's crazy.
10 years of close friends. There was small periods of time where we didn't talk too much, just because life is busy, But now we have a standing date every Monday night.
It's true.
Yeah.
The video games and chat. A random phone call from Michael here and there.
Yeah.
Or when I call you randomly to ask about a shoe color, if that's all right, or
Yeah.
good times.
Well, Eli, what are you drinking this morning?
I'm drinking a Celsius. If you want to sponsor this podcast, please.
I would.
Wild berry flavor.
Celsius is my favorite energy brand, not a sponsor. But, okay, well, now the sentimental part's out of the way, I just have fun things to talk about. First of all, the Xbox Game Showcase is tomorrow at 10 o'clock a.m.
Yes,
the primary, there's been showcasing the last couple days. It's been a multi-day event, but the big Xbox Game Showcase is tomorrow. Do you have any predictions for it?
I don't.
Really? No guesses?
I just kind of see where things go. Past couple years there's been, a lot of unveiling at these things or announcements that, what was a couple years ago? Was it at the showcase they announced when they acquired the Bethesda or whatever? Kind of just wait and see where the wind blows, and I don't predict these things,
I think my big prediction here is that we'll get a new 5-second trailer for the next Elder Scrolls game.
Really?
I think we'll also get a trailer for the Fallout. I know it's not a video game, but I think they're going to push in the Fallout Season 2 trailer.
I hope so. That'd be cool. I seen that. I think it was. They're doing a Fallout themed at one of the amusement parks.
Oh.
For like a day or so. I don't know if it's true. It was on Twitter, so who knows the validity of those reports, but I thought that would be pretty cool. The show was really good. I liked it.
Yeah.
Walter Goggins, I like that guy.
That show was really good. I enjoyed it too. And I'm excited because they're going to Vegas in Season 2.
I hope. Yeah.
That's been confirmed. There's an image of them standing over a sign that was like this way to Vegas or something. But as far as game centric, I think we'll also get a Fable trailer. And I think Halo Studios just, pretty recently opened up, and they haven't talked about anything that they're doing. My prediction is that we'll get some kind of tease about whatever project Halo Studios is working on, and I think it will either be a Halo 3 remaster, which I don't want it to be. I don't think we need another remaster right now. But the 20-year mark is coming up next year for Halo 3. So it would make sense if they try to do that for their first project. Or they'll start off small with like Halo Wars 3 or something. So I think we'll get a Halo announcement. And other than that, I think we'll probably see a lot more like the smaller studios.
Do you think any announcements for changes to Game Pass?
I think any changes they would make to Game Pass right now would be in response to market conditions and therefore not exciting. It'd be depressing, like price increases or something.
You don't think there'll be any announcements of direct to Game Pass releases, like when they did Call of Duty? Or...
Yeah. Oh, that's another one I'm hoping. So I'm pretty confident, and the internet I think backs me up, that one of two things are coming with Call of Duty. Either A, they're doing a Call of Duty Classic Collection, or B, they're getting ready to put the old Call of Duties on Game Pass. And they've been kind of poised to do that for like 8 months or something. So I think that'll happen.
I think they just put Modern Warfare 3 or Modern Warfare 2 on there.
Yep.
And old Battlefield. That they're bringing out a new game too. I like the old Battlefield. I don't know if you ever played from DICE.
Yeah, I've played Battlefield 1, 2, 3, and Bad Company, the second one, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, they're bringing that back, and that looks fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are my predictions, but you asked me a question, I dodged it.
Usually.
Yeah. Direct questions from you are scary. The other thing, why do I think of this? I was going to share this one way or the other for this weekend. But dude, I came out of Walmart the other day, and this like big heavyset dude and this like real like stereotypical Republican were screaming at each other in the Walmart parking lot, and they got up all close to each other, like feet away from each other's face, and they're screaming. At one point, the big heavyset guy goes, "I take shit tougher than you," and the dude was like, "Yeah, I'd like to see that." And I'm like, "You want to see his shit? Are you sure that's what you want to go with there, buddy?"
What was this, a Meridian?
Yeah, Garden City. And I was like, what is going on? And all of a sudden, like, there's like, I think 15 of us kind of standing in a big wide circle around them, like, what's going on over here?
Nice.
And eventually they start screaming at each other, and the big heavyset dude gets on a little motorcycle and then just fucking revs his engine. And the trucks guy, like, trying to yell over the sound of the motorcycle, and the guy was like, "Can't hear you." I was like, this is the most childish fucking argument.
That's funny.
But it was good. And then they peeled off, and then the truck guy turned around, saw that one of the employees was on the phone with the cops, and was like approaching her, yelling at her for calling the cops. And I was like, "Ooh, bad idea for you, buddy."
Nice.
Boise.
Yeah, it's an interesting place.
Yeah. All right. Did you see the release date for Stranger Things season 5?
Isn't it next year?
It's this year, I think.
6 September or something?
It's right at Thanksgiving, right at Christmas, and New Year's Eve.
Which makes me mad. I really like Stranger Things. Some people, liked in the beginning and kind of like tailed off of it, but I don't know, man.
I've consistently liked it. Same. I just wanted to bring it up because I think it's insane, and we haven't talked about it. I think it's insane that they were releasing the 3 volumes of episodes all around the 3 biggest holidays in the U.S.
That's just like, I'm a sports fan, like sports. I don't want to see a football game on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
If it's on Thanksgiving, fine. Halloween, fine. Christmas Day? Nah. Let's leave that alone. And Netflix is streaming it, and Netflix already has problems streaming stuff, like when they do their other sports stuff, and just don't want it.
I don't understand how they could miss the mark so bad and not release the first volume on Halloween. I just don't understand that. If you're going to do major holidays, why not a holiday that most is closely associated with your brand?
True.
I don't understand that. Also, it's going to be really weird because you're looking at them and they're like 21.
Yeah.
Millie Bobby Brown is married, and here they are pretending to still be 15. Like Erica, the younger sister, she just graduated high school, and she's still supposed to be like 13 or 12 or something like that. And I'm like,
How's
And the
that gonna
thing
work?
is, these aren't those adult actors who already look like they're still in high school and therefore play high school students. They started off as kids and they grew up to not look like kids, and now they're still having to play 15 years old, which is just insane.
Yeah.
It just seems so poorly managed. It took 10 years to get out 5 seasons.
Because the last one was in 2022.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I was living in Georgia. I remember watching it like that summer.
Do you have any predictions for who dies? Because they're definitely killing off people.
I feel Eleven's got to go.
Yeah. The big theory is that Eleven is going to have to sacrifice herself to close the gates and kill Vecna.
Yeah, I think that's gonna happen too.
And do you think Vecna is truly the big bad, or do you think there's someone even more powerful than him?
I could see them just ending the show with somebody bigger. Because I just feel like that's the way they would do it. Just there's someone else, but then never.
I think there's a lot of the D&D nerds that are talking about the show online are saying, like, listen, we've saw Vecna, which is one of the major classic D&D bosses, and when we've seen the Demogorgon, another classic D&D monster, and the Mind Flayer, what's left? Oh, Tiamat, which is a multi-headed dragon. And I was like, I don't know if they could bring that in and this not feel super cheesy.
Yeah.
But it would work if the true conclusion, if they give us a Twilight ending where this is actually not real and it was just a D&D game, and like that's what it ends up being at the end. Personally, I feel like that'd be a little too cheesy.
Same.
I don't think I would enjoy if they're like, and zoom out. This is just a D&D session. Good game, guys.
Yeah.
I feel like that would kind of suck. I feel like it would take away. Like, I felt cheated having to watch Twilight, and it was like, that's just a vision of what would have happened if we fought. So let's not. Dumb. Dumb. Don't be a coward. Kill people.
True. They got to get all Game of Thrones, Everyone does.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I think Erica's gonna die too, but I don't know. Maybe that will be because she's 12. Maybe that's too much to kill her.
Yeah, maybe. Might have some credit.
But I feel like that might be the most shocking death.
It's true.
But I think Dustin will kill himself because I bet he'll get tricked into thinking that Eddie is alive. He'll fall for a trap, and then he's gonna die.
Could be true.
Yeah. Those are my predictions, anyways. Okay, next up. Oh, I want to talk about Thunderbolts with you. The new Marvel movie.
Oh.
It's on track to be the second worst MCU film ever, as far as like theater or revenue.
I honestly can't tell you the last time I watched an MCU movie. It's been a long time.
I can't remember it's been years since I watched MCU or Star Wars content. Like,
Same.
I've missed so many TV shows from Star Wars. I think I've watched all the movies anyways from Star Wars. I don't think they've come out with any other ones that I don't know about. But I haven't watched any movies or TV shows since, I think, Captain America Brave New World. I think that was the last one I watched. And I liked it. I didn't have a problem with it. I'm not racist. I just, I don't know. I just kind of fell off the bandwagon and haven't gotten onto it.
Yeah, I just, they pump them out so quick and they just don't seem very interesting anymore.
I think my biggest issue with it is I was just getting so tired of being annoyed about how, like, there's a lot of things that don't make sense about, like, the giant hand that's sticking out of the ground, And I was like, we can't just pretend it doesn't exist. And I know, like, oh, the world's crazy, people get used to it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, but we still need to talk about, like, the effects it would have. You don't have to say the giant hand sticking out of the ground is so shocking. You can say, oh, the coastal cities have been flooded because now there's this massive stone that's sticking out of the ground, and obviously that would mess with all the coasts.
Yeah.
Something, to recognize that the world is physically changing because of superheroes. And I just felt like the world building, that's what it is. The world building has just severely fallen off. And I'm like, and it's very frustrating for me because that is like one thing in particular I look at very closely in movies and I care a lot about. And I just feel like it's not there. And the fact that like Moon Knight hasn't gotten to season 2 and that was supposed to set up all sorts of different heroes, and I don't know. I'm just frustrated because I feel like, yes, they're building up to something interconnected, but I'm like, are they? Because it doesn't feel like it. Because at this point, we're so deep into superheroes being everywhere that I don't know if you can do a solo movie without it messing it with something. You know?
Yeah.
Like someone was pointing out, like, look at all these heroes that are based in New York. So how can you do a solo movie when there's so many
In New York.
super powered people running around New York? How can you not have multiple of them in the same movie and it makes sense, you know?
True.
I don't know. Just frustrating. So anyways, why do you think Thunderbolts will be the second worst rated movie?
You know, I feel like, granted, I haven't seen one in a while. The last MCU thing I watched was started WandaVision. No, not WandaVision. Shoot. I'm trying to think of it. She like lives in a. I don't know if you've seen it. She starts as like a cop and then like I forget the name of it. Anyways, Disney Plus.
Okay.
I know it's real descriptive. Just feel like they're just rushing these movies out, and there's just like they just keep missing, and people are tired of it, so they don't want to necessarily go see it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, at least at our movie theater in Michigan, the last Marvel that actually like had a big crowd was the Hulk.
The new one with Red Hulk in it.
With Red Hulk. But other than that, like you can still go to a movie when there's a Marvel movie premiering and it's not full. Like I think they've just pushed out so much that it's kind of like diluted the brand a little bit. And I'm sure old Stan Lee, right?
Yeah, Stanley.
Is rolling in his grave with how much they're just diluting the brand.
Fair.
But I just feel like they've pushed out so much, and it's like, okay, it's they're wearing people down with how much they're pushing out.
It's too much.
And they're not great.
Yeah, I think something that goes into that is just how expensive cost of living is now. It's hard to justify going to see 5 Marvel movies in 1 year when ticket prices alone have been going up for years now, and now groceries are so much higher and all that. So I think there's also a financial aspect to it outside of just Marvel. But did you see the PR stunt after the first weekend? So the PR stunt that they did with Thunderbolts, you ever notice that there was an asterisk at the end of Thunderbolts in the title? So there's an asterisk there, and it always was kind of annoyed me. It's like, why do you have that asterisk? It doesn't make any sense. And then after opening weekend, they went around and revealed that the real title for Thunderbolts is actually The New Avengers. That's the real title of the movie, because in the movie, spoiler, I guess, Thunderbolts are the Thunderbolts team at some point in the middle of the movie or near the end become the New Avengers. And I feel like how you really want to spoil, like that's a kind of a major spoiler to then just go around after only opening weekend and telling everyone, yeah, this movie is actually called The New Avengers. That's the real title of this movie. Seems like I don't know, maybe not the greatest PR stunt. I kind of like it, kind of don't. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if there are a lot of people like you that have the what's the asterisk for? Then sure, I don't know.
Yeah, paying attention.
Yeah,
like
I feel like a lot of
to
people
the
didn't pay
movie.
attention to the asterisk though. And maybe when they saw it, they're like, "Oh, that's cool."
Yeah,
I don't know.
But I don't know. It's just annoyed me for so long that maybe I'm transferring that annoyance to the reveal of it.
No, I guess we'll see in Disney's quarterly earnings if this does anything for them.
Oh, probably. I mean, it's probably not gonna look great. I'm kind of hoping they slow down on like both Star Wars and Marvel. But at the same time, like I guess I don't necessarily want them to slow down. I just want them to
maybe slow down and increase the quality over quantity.
Yeah, and I think it's okay. I think they should move to having more group movies and less solo movies instead of more solo movies and less group movies, because I know it's more expensive, but you've built up this world so much, it doesn't make sense anymore to not have group movies.
And that's what they started with. Like, you know, they'd have a couple solo, and then they'd have the group.
Yeah, I definitely think it's okay to do a few solo movies when you're introducing a major comic book character.
Yeah.
Give them that intro that character deserves to really hype them up. But I think you need to primarily just work on group movies, and just go balls to the wall and introduce, you know, a lot more supervillains.
True.
Also, I don't think you need to bring Robert Downey Jr. back. I think that was purely just for them to try and like,
Bring
he's
back the
back,
old
you know,
people,
like
yeah.
come see us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think that's your solution.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to bring back actors who are retired from Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I was listening to a comic book podcast, and it turns out that Iron Man has always been kind of like a minor, not like super beloved comic book character.
But what, he has 3 movies? Solo movies, right?
3 or 4, and he's like, and he's on the face of all the, you know, major first phases and stuff. So it's like, it's kind of funny that they were able to take a minor character and make him into the biggest MCU character. You know, I don't really know if there's a character more popular than him, but interesting. If we were more into comic books, I'd ask what characters you want to see on screen, but I don't think either one of us has that kind of knowledge.
Yeah, I definitely don't. You probably might more than me.
I don't know. Because I think as a kid, I think I paid more attention to DC than Marvel. Because really, my favorite characters are always the Archers. So Green Arrow from DC and Hawkeye from Marvel. That was the very first comic book I ever bought, actually.
Hawkeye?
Green Arrow. But I think I've only bought 3 comic books in my life.
But weren't you there upon release in like 1950?
An old joke. How classic. Love it. Haven't heard that in all week. I've progressively been said I'm older and older by all the groomsmen the last few days. Well, if you stuck through the end here, I have a little funny. Today's the day of the wedding, and a few things have gone wrong. I was expecting more to fall through the cracks. In fact, I even said that last night to Faith. And lo and behold, we're sitting around, just put up the road signs, and then I kind of something clicks, and I shot up, and I realized I'm missing my dress shirt and my dress socks. I have the ring, I have the shoes, and I have my suit, jacket, and pants. But the shirt is, in fact, not in the suit jacket. So one of the groomsmen is currently on a 3-hour drive there and back, to an hour and a half there, an hour and a half back, to pick up some of the items I left behind.
You also forgot your glasses yesterday.
Forgot my glasses.
I had sent those too. And
Yeah.
your hat for your freshly shaven head.
Mm-hmm. It was a little bit of a mess. Forgotten a few things. And then the sound guys.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, they're still not here. So last night we called them, and I'm like, listen, your power cord to your soundboard's messed up. You know, what's going on and whatever. And they're like, I don't know if we have a replacement soundboard or even a replacement power cord. I was like, what do you mean you don't know? They're like, we'll call you back. And I'm like, So they eventually call me back, and they're arguing with me about whether or not it works. And then guess what? Tyler told me that he actually told Tyler that somebody else complained about the power cord being messed up last weekend.
Wow.
So, how are you going to argue with me that it does work just fine, but I'm the second customer in a row to tell you that there's an issue with the power cord? So anyways, they're on their way here. They were supposed to be here a while ago, this morning, bringing a new power cord and soundboard, and they're still not here. So, you know, there's a handful of things that have been kind of, you know.
And you know, for reference, I just went to the courthouse to get married, and I don't regret the decision after seeing all the stress that Michael and Faith have been having to deal with.
To be fair, I stress out everything.
That's true. But it's not good for your blood pressure.
No, it's really not. No. In high school, I was told that my blood pressure was the same as a 40-year-old lawyer in New York.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, Thanks for telling me that. I think my blood pressure is going up because of that.
Nice.
And I've never really been. I think I probably should be on blood pressure medication because it's always been a little high.
Yeah.
Doctors always saying, "Oh, this is pretty high." I'm like, "Yeah, it's because you make me nervous."
Well, before you, now that you're about to be married, go get that checked out so you can go get a good life insurance policy.
Yeah, work has a pretty good life insurance policy.
Well, you're not getting older, so you're not getting younger. You're getting older, so you better get on that now.
Okay, well, I'll make sure to set up Faith so she's good.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, Eli.
Well, hold on. Before we end,
okay.
I want to bring up something.
Oh, you have something. I love this. Okay.
I keep getting emails for it, and I know me and you were on the ground floor of it.
Okay.
Movie Pass.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Oh,
Have
no.
you seen that they are trying to make a comeback?
No, are they really?
Yes. Yes, I keep getting emails
Ah.
about, join the sign up again. And I was like,
To give some background, if in case you don't know what Movie Pass was, it was possibly the single greatest thing ever invented on this planet. And for $9.99 a month, you could see unlimited number of movies at your local theater. No limit at all. And it was just you just showed the little thing and you
It was
got
a
in.
debit card. It was like a debit card.
Yeah,
You
it was like-
swiped it, and it was a movie a day. You just swiped it, and then it paid for the movie, and you got to go see it.
Yeah, it was great, and we used the hell out of it. It was great. I think I saw almost every single movie that was in a theater. And it only lasted a couple months before they're like, "Oh, this is bankrupting us."
Yep.
Not good. And then,
They switched to, it was like 3 movies a week or 3 movies a
I think a month.
Yeah, it was something like monthly.
And then the price was going up.
Yeah, and then they just poof,
Yeah.
closed, and they're now making a comeback. I think somewhere, some streaming service, I think they did a documentary about Movie Pass or something
probably.
like that.
I mean, it was a craze. Who didn't have Movie Pass at the time?
Just
you know?
like there was also the same time Trivia Crack was around.
Oh, dude,
That
I
was so
missed
fun.
that one.
We need to
Trivia Crack was this, in case you didn't know, it was an app where you, at specific times during the day, they would have live trivia shows, and everyone could get on their phones and play trivia, and the winner could get money. Well, it got so popular that the winnings were like 15 cents, you know?
but everyone still did it.
Yeah, it was so much fun. And then they also went bankrupt because they couldn't give out as much money as they were giving out.
That was fun.
It was a very specific time in life.
It was noon. It was like noon o'clock, noon, and then like at 6 o'clock every night. And I remember like I'd be in the library at noon every day, put my headphones in, play Trivia Crack, stop what I was doing. Those are the days, man.
Different times.
We were younger back then.
Yeah. Well, okay. Oh, I guess before we end too, 10 years of friendship. We met about 2 weeks before our very first college semester started.
Yep.
And computer algorithm put us in the same fraternity recruitment group. And I'd say I forced ourselves to be friends.
Oh, yeah?
I'd say so. I think I went there when that guy.
Yeah.
I think that's the one.
You know, a lot of people say that about me, so.
No. And then, we lived together, what, is it, like five of these years? 4 of these years?
Yeah.
4, right?
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, because there was 1 year you were gone. Asshole. Lied to me. Had me drop this stuff off at winter break and said, I'll see you after winter break.
Technically,
Never saw him
I
again.
did see him after winter break. I just didn't specify.
Which
that
winter
winter
break? Yeah, came back the winter break after that. Came back crawling with your tail tucked between your legs. Said, please, can I come live with you?
You were begging me to live with you. Your
I
other
don't
roommate. Your
remember
other
that.
roommate.
I don't remember that.
No.
Yeah, anyways, we lived the rest of our time in college together. We moved our girlfriends in. Should have just moved into an apartment next door. But
Yeah.
it is what it is.
We learned cheap rent.
Yeah, cheap rent. At one point, we were paying $150 a piece for rent.
Yep. Split
Yeah.
yeah, that was nice.
The good old days. We were feeling pretty good with that rent price.
Yeah, we were.
I remember there was a time where I was like, I'm not willing to pay more than $300 for rent, my share. And that was not a problem. And that was like 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. Crazy. Mm-hmm. Now I couldn't. I was like, that'd be like paying for the bathroom space.
Yeah.
Then we lived for a year together, a year after college. And then, well, you left me.
No, you went. Oh yeah, I did. You're right.
You
I
did leave me.
I did leave you,
Shut
yeah.
the hell up. You
You're
left
right.
me
My
first.
bad.
Left me first. And then we were kind of playing, I almost said hide and seek. What's the word? I was chasing you around. I'd move out east. You'd move back west. I moved west. You moved back east. And here we are.
I'm closer now, at least.
A little closer. At least we both live near airports
It's true.
that can go somewhere.
That's true.
So, gonna have to actually plan a time to actually go
Yeah, Michael.
see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I've come out to see you.
Please, it took a wedding for you to come see me. I don't want to hear it.
Hey man, it ain't. Boise isn't a major destination, so it's not
Are you
cheap.
kidding me, dude? All of our gorgeous resorts and desert. Are you telling me you don't want to go hang out in the desert?
If it was Vegas, sure.
Nah. How do you feel about Florida?
Oh God, hell no. Anywhere but Florida.
Oh, okay.
Florida is awful.
I think in 2 years, Faith and I are going to take a vacation to Florida.
Good luck.
Yeah, I know.
Hope you come back. No, Florida is like California.
Oh,
It's fine to visit. It's fine to visit. I would never live there.
Okay.
Like I want to go to Disney World. Never been.
you want to go to Disney World?
Yeah.
I don't.
Why not?
Dude, too many people. And also, Disney adults scare me. I don't want to be around
Dude,
Disney
you're
World.
gonna become a Disney adult.
No.
But it's fine to visit. Never would live there. People in Florida are weird. It's a different place.
Yeah, I just meant as a vacation. I would never move to Florida.
Yeah, and I'd only go certain places in Florida. I'd like go to Disney World, and that's really about it.
Interesting. Okay.
Nowhere else. I mean, actually, that's a lie. I want to go to St. Augustine. I've heard that place is pretty cool. Super old, cool.
You wouldn't want to go scuba diving at the national park? Ooh,
The Tortuga Island?
yeah, I think that one.
I've seen that. That does look kind of cool.
Okay, that's how I'm going to get you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to set up a scuba diving trip. I'll send you the tickets for the scuba diving, and then you're like, oh, shit, I'll have to book my plane ticket.
It's true.
That's what's going to happen.
That's true. I'm trying to think. What else? I don't know. Michael has this infatuation with Boise, and I'm just,
Oh, it's not an infatuation. It's
doesn't
just
do
the
it for
fact that 99% of my friends live here.
Oh, except the main one lived in Michigan.
Yeah, except for the best man. But I'm not moving to Michigan for one man.
Why not?
That's
Great
absurd. All right. I think we're going to wrap it up unless you get another surprise.
No?
Okay. Well, do you have a song or a podcast you would like to recommend to the audience? If you can think about it, I'll do my recommendation first. Avatar, Braving the Elements, which I have previously recommended on this show, follows the Avatar TV series. And when I last talked about it, they were getting ready to start season 3 of Avatar. Now that I'm talking about it, again, because they just started Korra. They are 2 episodes in on this new season. Well, 2 episodes in on this podcast, 1 episode into the TV show. And, I'm a big fan of Korra. It's a much more mature version of Avatar. And I'm really excited for them to be getting into this part. Just because I am a childhood fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender. So, Eli, you pull something up?
You call me basic, but last podcast on the left.
That's a good one. That's a good
The
one.
wife has gotten me into that show.
Okay.
So, pretty cool.
There we go.
We listened to it on our drive out to Virginia and back, and got some interesting stuff on that show. So, pretty cool.
Nice. All right. Well, thanks, Boom. I appreciate you being here with me today.
Of course, Mr. Biggins. Wouldn't be anywhere else.
Yeah. I love you.